complements the arrangements.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm learning right now.
You're learning?
I'm learning right now.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Cheers.
Once I submitted my audition, they liked it. They flew me out for a chemistry read with Mike and then also with Ryan. And then after that, I ended up booking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Show the people what we made today. Fantastic, very delicious. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Today's guest is living proof that persistence pays off. He was the body double for not one, but two characters, the iconic SmokeStack twins, in the 2025 blockbuster horror film Sinners. Directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan, the film has grossed over $345 million worldwide. It has earned a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and is being hailed as one of the best reviewed wide releases of the decade. But this isn't just about Hollywood. This is about heart. Percy Bell is a Louisiana native with grit, grace, and a growing resume in the world of film and television. From Ep.3, Louisiana to the big screen, he's a rising star whose journey is just getting started. We're diving into what it was like on set, how he landed the role, and what's next after Sinners. Make sure you stay until the end. We've got a special performance from the Sinners soundtrack by the incredible songstress, Jessica Taylor. Y'all give it up for the one and only Percy Bell. Wow, Percy. We're hugging. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Welcome to the show.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, can you tell everybody about yourself? Where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah. So originally from Louisiana, small town by the name of Epps in the northeast corner, small country town, one stoplight, one store, and I'm an actor.
Wow, okay. What are you wearing today?
Today I go with a brand that I really love. It's called Represent. So I have a Represent track pants, knitted shirt. Also have a cardigan from ASOS, and then Saint Laurent SL61 sneakers.
Okay, can you give me a background on your look? Why do you like this brand so much?
It's really difficult for me to find pants and things that fit me off the rack, and Represent was one of those brands that I was able to do so. Plus, I don't like to look exactly like everyone else.
Okay.
So it's sort of a new brand. It's based in London, England, and they just opened up a flagship store in LA. So they have everything you need. Everything from sort of upper class, athleisure, athletic wear. So I pretty much get most of my clothes from there.
What's it called again?
Represent.
Represent. Do they have any women's wear?
They do. Quality is top tier, and then just options galore.
It looks like a nice quality brand. I'll have to check that out.
For sure, for sure.
And I want to shout out the brand that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a denim dress. I can't believe it's denim. I've never seen anything denim and white before. I mean, I have seen white denim pants, but like not a white denim dress like this. And the material is super stretchy. I got it from Meshki. It's super comfortable, but it's like form-fitting as well. Y'all should check it out. You ready to make the cocktail?
Let's get to it.
All right, perfect. Okay, on today's episode, we are going to be making a Sinners-themed cocktail. Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Okay, so I did a little bit of research and I was looking up some different spirits to work with. I know that the film is set in October of 1932, right before Prohibition ended. Yes, okay. So I decided to go with whiskey just because I feel like that's as Southern as it gets. And I went with the Uncle Nearest brand. We're going with the 1856 premium whiskey, and we're gonna make our cocktail. I'm gonna describe to you everything that's in it. So you can grab your cocktail glass. We're actually gonna be stirring this cocktail. We're not gonna shake it, it's gonna be stirred. I feel like whiskey is best when it's stirred.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can pop this off, perfect. And so I have an Uncle Nearest 1856 already opened here. So we're gonna start with this. And so I would say we can do...
So double shots?
Not a double. We're gonna do 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one is 1 and this one's 2. So you can either go up halfway on there, or you can just do 1 and then I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Okay.
All good. I'm following your lead. Yes.
I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah.
And this is so strong, y'all. Like, it's crazy. But you get your money's worth. And if y'all don't know the story behind Uncle Nearest is actually who taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. So he brought over just like ancestral knowledge from West Africa. They actually do the coals there. They seep their liquor. That was like done thousands of years ago. And so he kind of brought that ancestral knowledge over. But yeah, it's by Uncle Nearest. And we're gonna start off with our tea mixture. So like, what's a cocktail? What's a Southern cocktail without like a little bit of sweet tea? And so it's a little bit of lemon juice and sweet tea. I have our tea pitcher here. I decided to go with a little bit of a blackberry hibiscus tea. It's not sweetened, but it is really good. And so we can do a mixture of this. It's gonna be, we can do half and half. So we can do 1 cup. And then we can do like a little bit of lemon juice. So we're kind of making like a little bit of like a tea tonic, essentially. So we're gonna measure out our lemon juice. We can do a cup. So we're gonna do a ratio of 1.5 to 1. So we're gonna do, 1. I don't know if this is gonna be enough space. But look at that gorgeous color. And so that's essentially what we have in here. So I just wanted to mix that for y'all on camera so that y'all can see how nice it looks. What do you think?
Looks good.
You're kind of quiet, Percy.
Compliments the arrangements.
Thank you.
I'm
very
learning
much.
right now.
You're learning?
I'm learning right now.
Okay, so we're gonna
I don't
do,
mix drinks often, so.
okay. So we did 1.5 ounces of the Uncle Nearest. So we can do a count. So I'm gonna teach you to count like a bartender.
Okay.
So for every ounce, you're gonna count to 4.
4 seconds.
Yeah, so you'll just be like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an ounce.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then if we wanna do 1.5 ounces and do a little math skills, what's gonna be, what we gonna count up to?
6.
Hey, perfect. It took me a little second to figure that out last night when I was making this cocktail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And so next, the star of the show, my favorite part about all of this, I made a blackberry persimmon syrup. What's better than blackberry? It just gives like a little blackberry molasses. It's they like grow a lot of blackberry down in like Mississippi, I know. And it's also mixed with like persimmon. They used a lot of persimmon wood back in the day to like build down there. So it's a very intentional cocktail. So I mixed up a syrup and it has like such a nice flavor. I kind of want you to like just taste the syrup by itself. It's so good. It kind of looks like Robitussin to me.
Tussin.
Little Tussin.
Tussin back in the day.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Right?
It's real good.
It's so deep and delicious and complex. But we're gonna do 1 ounce of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. But if I like mine's a little bit sweeter, I can add some extra.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I heard you're into amaretto sours.
I am. That's my drink.
Yeah.
I know some people call it, you know, they may say it's a little weak and things like that, but that's my go-to.
No, it's really good. I think you'll really like this. Once I tasted it last night, it definitely like reminded me of that flavor profile for sure. I really love this ombre. Get a look at it, y'all. Gorgeous. We're gonna stir it up though. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Is that like your only drink that you drink?
No, I'll do like Crown straight,
Okay.
various different types of Crown. I'll do Uncle Nearest.
Okay.
I'll do tequila, but I don't drink often. That's the only thing. I don't
Okay.
drink often, so.
You're an athlete, I can tell by the muscles.
Yeah.
I try not to drink too often too, because it does get in the way of like the, you know, building your muscles.
Yeah, but I just don't care to drink often. Most of the time it's like socially
Okay.
drink.
You can pop your cap off, and then I need some ice in here. Okay, are you ready to pour?
Let's get it.
Perfect. And so, oh, it's all your sugar you put in your drink.
Yeah, so a little extra. I had a little extra. 4 seconds.
So, extra 4 seconds?
Yeah, extra 4 seconds.
Okay, so for a garnish, we're gonna be doing a blackberry. You can just make a little slit, and then I like to place it on the side.
Corner of it.
Yep.
See what I got. Cool.
Perfect. And last but not least, we're gonna add our peach. What's more southern than peaches, right? Our Peach Feed Brothers bitters. Just a couple on top, just for balance.
Cool.
Yeah, perfect. You ready? Cheers.
That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Definitely adding this to the list.
It's so good. The lemon tea mixture really like cuts through the Uncle Nearest that can like, you know, feel a little heavy, but you still get the heaviness and the groundedness of the Uncle Nearest, like it's not lost in translation.
I can take a couple of these.
Yeah, like it's like it would be like a really good like groom's drink. I feel like at like a wedding, like it's a good. You can make a whole bunch of these, like a batch.
It's rich, but at the same time, it's has some notes of stoutness, a little stout. That's
Cheers
good.
again. Welcome to the show.
Sure, for sure.
Episode 3.
Let's get to it.
I'm so glad you like the cocktail.
Perfect decision.
So like they said, like blackberries grow everywhere down south.
Absolutely. So especially in my hometown, we could be running around random times and we would run up on a blackberry bush, pick it right off the bush and eat it right then and there.
See,
And you can tell who's been eating the blackberries because their fingertips will be stained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epps doesn't sound too bad.
It's not bad. It was a perfect place to grow up, but minimal opportunities, which is why I left. So
Yeah. I read it had like a whole lot of like deep historical weight and like context. Can you tell us about that?
yeah, it does. So Epps is the site of Poverty Point, which existed back over about 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And these Native Americans lived pretty close to the Mississippi River. So the Mississippi River is maybe 30 minutes away. Back in that time, I guess you could just calculate it by miles. So maybe about 20 miles away.
Yeah.
And every rainy season, the Mississippi River would flood. This is before they had levees and things of that nature. So
Every rainy season.
every rainy season, just like it does in Africa. So the Mississippi River would flood and it would bring over all of the silt, things like that, and fertilize the land naturally. But these Native Americans would build mounds. And they would have their houses on top of the mounds and things like that. So whenever it did flood, it would flood in between the mounds. And then once it retreated, they would fertilize and plant all of their crops, corn, maize back then. And it would grow below the mounds. And they would just harvest all of that. And it would rinse and repeat every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, who's Solomon Northup?
Solomon Northup was a character that we all got to see in the movie 12 Years a Slave.
He's only a character?
Well, he's not a character, but he's a real person. However, he was portrayed in the movie 12 Years a Slave. So he was captured and enslaved by this gentleman by the name of Edwin Epps, who my hometown is named after, but it didn't take place in my hometown. It took place sort of in southern central Louisiana.
Yeah.
They tend to call it Acadiana. Now.
Acadiana.
Yeah, Acadiana. So Acadiana got its name from the individuals from the Nova Scotia region. When they were kind of expelled and they came down south. So they were French-speaking people that settled in central Louisiana. So
That's where the Creole came from, right?
it's kind of like the Creole Cajun culture kind of came from that. Specifically, the Creole culture is really intertwined culture. So it's not just African Americans and it's not just white. Over time, you had all of these mixings of the races. So even natives and things like that, they all contribute to this culture of Creole culture. So you have a lot of different elements that go into it, but they're pretty much most of the time they're going to be fair-skinned people that are Creole. But the reason because of that is because there's a lot of intermingling. So you have whites, you have natives, you also have African Americans that all kind of intermingled. And as a result, they reproduce this Creole culture.
Yeah. Do you have any Creole ancestry? Beyonce? Are you Beyonce?
I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I do though. And just by
Yeah.
being in Louisiana, I haven't been able to trace it back, but I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, you need to look into your ancestry. It's probably super cool.
For sure I can do that.
I don't know, you might be Mr. Solomon Northup Jr. the Third.
Maybe.
So, and I told y'all today what we're making today on Life Served Hot. Let's get into our cooking portion. So we're having a fish fry. This is our Juneteenth episode. And what's better than a fish fry? Fish fry and spaghetti. I didn't make the spaghetti. I had my mama make the spaghetti because I only like my mother's spaghetti.
Okay.
It's the best.
You take that. I believe you.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Thank you. We're gonna be cooking up some flounder today, and I actually have, y'all know who Chef Catherine is, my beloved auntie. She has her own fish fry. It has like whole like ingredients. It's seasoned to perfection. So I'm super excited for us to be using this today on our show. You ready to grab some things? You gotta get your hands dirty.
Absolutely. You mind if I take off my
No,
sweater?
I don't mind at all. Go ahead.
All good. So we're gonna put on the gloves first.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so we have some flounder today. Let's grab our bowl. And then I have a set of tongs for me
Okay.
and a set of tongs for you.
For sure.
And we can set it on here. It'll be okay. So, when did you first fall in love with acting, Percy? And what made you stick with it through the years when it wasn't glamorous or guaranteed?
So when I first fell in love with acting, it's kind of like a blended time period. How I got into it was I used to always mimic people growing up, and I would
Like for jokes?
yeah, like for jokes. So I grew up with a lot of cousins and they were pretty funny. So I wasn't good on the joke aspect of things. However, I used to mimic people really easy, and that would get my laughter out of everyone. So I could see someone and really quick I could pick up on their mannerisms, their tonality, any type of characteristics they had, and I would replicate it. And everybody like really enjoyed it. So I think that was my first sense of getting into acting, and I used to do it that way. However, as time progressed, I remember doing an activity in 6th grade, and my teacher asked us, what do we want to do when we grow up?
Yeah.
So I told her that I wanted to be an actor, and we wrote it in a journal. But at that point, I kind of forgot about it. It was in the back of my mind. But as time progressed, I continued to do like my mimicking and things like that.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of Denzel growing up, so I idolized him. And just as time progressed, I eventually got to the point where as I was moving from Louisiana to Tennessee, it's like I'm just going to start taking some acting classes. So I found an acting studio, started taking some acting classes, and I booked my first role, which was really, really small. However, it was sort of that one thing that started the snowball effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What acting school would you mind shouting them out just for anybody aspiring to be an actor here in Nashville?
So my very first acting class was down in Franklin, Tennessee. It was with Alan Dizer.
Okay.
So he has an acting studio down. I think he still has it. I'm not exactly sure, but that's where I started. So I started with him, and then from that I progressed to what is now the Fourth Wall in Nashville. So
I've
they
heard
have
that.
an acting studio here in Nashville as well. So yeah, that's where I kind of got my acting chops in.
That's super cool. Y'all gotta check those spots out if you're trying to break into the acting industry. It seems like you can get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah. So some great places to start. Even if you don't know where to start, just get in class. You'll meet some people. You'll get immersed in the community. And from that, you can kind of find some leads at what you need to do. The best thing, and I guess gift and a curse about this industry, there's no one way into it. So what works for somebody may not work for the next person. However, just because someone else is not finding their way doesn't mean you can't find your own path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
For sure.
So tell me, how did you book this role for Sinners for a body double?
Yeah, so this role I booked via a direct submit. So I do have an agent. However, I submit myself on projects daily.
Wow.
And just happened to be a day where I was submitting myself and I saw this breakdown for a project on what we call Actors Access. It's a platform that basically it's synonymous with Indeed, but it's for actors. So it has a breakdown of the project and all of the characters.
Wow.
So on this specific one, I saw where it had twin/body double, and it had physical characteristics. It said 5'11", 180, pant size, shoe size. I was like, oh, that's me.
Did you get chills? Like
I didn't
a
get
little
chills because there's so much uncertainty in this field.
Yeah.
So what I did was I submitted all of my materials, and then I got a request for an audition.
Wow.
And when I got the request for the audition, I thought it was going to be for some other project. So, but either way, I submitted my audition. They liked it, gave me an NDA to sign. And then once I got the NDA to sign, I was able to kind of do my own research to figure out exactly what the project could potentially be.
Yeah.
And then along with the casting director giving me all the details of it. So once I submitted my audition, they liked it. They flew me out for a chemistry read in LA. So I had a couple of chemistry reads with Mike and then also with Ryan. And then after that, I ended up booking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so big. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
It feels like we have some classic Black films. This is giving up there with that, I would say.
For sure, this is definitely a cultural project that we'll be reflecting on a couple years, maybe even decades from now.
Decades.
We'll be watching Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whenever it is. We'll definitely be sitting around the TV watching this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So I guess we should start frying some fish.
Yeah, we can get it.
Okay, so you can open up our cornmeal by Chef Catherine. It's our fish fry, actually. It's nice and seasoned. Literally, all you have to do is mix this with fish, oil, eat. That simple. Yep, and you just wanna flip them, get them nice and coated.
Cool, I think we should be pretty much good with these.
I think our oil is hot enough. I like to double check. Ain't nothing worse than like dropping something and some oil and it just
Sitting there.
die. I think we're almost there. Let's drop them.
Let's get it.
Ready?
Yeah. I've done this a time or two.
You done this a time or two?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Spent some
You think
time in the
it's-
kitchen.
You good?
Yeah.
I mean, you're from Louisiana. This
It's a
some
must.
of the best food. That's what they say. I've never been.
Yeah.
I need to go.
I cooked for AJ and Charity yesterday.
Did you? What'd you
Yeah.
make?
Grilled some steaks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me just interview since we got the chef here, Chef Percy. So let's talk about Sinners. In Sinners, Sammy Preacher Boy is constantly condemned by his father for loving music. He pushed to take the safer path, and that message still echoes in our community. Choose stability over creativity. We don't always have the generational wealth or funding to freely pursue our dreams, and especially when the profit isn't immediate, like in your industry. Did you face that same pressure? Was there a moment where you chose the uncertainty of acting over the scrutiny of athletic training because you knew it was your purpose, essentially?
Yeah, I've always taken calculated risks. So though I guess you can say I act full time, but I still have a job as well. So
Okay.
I still consult,
Okay.
not athletic training, but a field called ergonomics.
Okay.
So I leverage that to take my risk in acting. What it does help me to do is, one, I have financial stability, but at the same time, all of those projects that I used to have to say yes to, I no longer have to say yes to those projects. So I can be a little bit more selective
That's
because
nice.
it's not about chasing the money now.
Yeah.
More so it's about projects that resonate with me and things that I really want to do.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's
You got the best of both worlds.
I guess you can say that, but it can be taxing
Yeah.
from an energy standpoint, and then oftentimes from an emotional standpoint as well.
So this is your first major blockbuster?
Yeah, I've been in TV shows, been in web series, commercials, but as far as a major movie, this is the first one, major motion picture.
Oh, wow. So like when it was like official, how did you feel?
I was excited, but at the same time, there was still some caution within, because in this industry, nothing's done until it actually comes out. So there are so many projects that I've done, like film from beginning to end, but they haven't seen the light of day. So there's always something that plays in the back of your mind in this industry.
Yeah.
So once I booked it, yeah, I was excited, but at the same time, I kind of throttled that excitement as well.
Yeah, just kind of. Sometimes you gotta like protect your soul. I
Yeah.
feel like, and not. I don't know. It's like you said, just kind of be
Cushion
cool.
the blow. You want to try to cushion the blow a little bit.
Yeah, until everything is just completely done.
Until it's official.
Was there a moment or a character like when you like read the script that was like, yeah, this is special?
So I guess maybe the table read, because I didn't get the script until like the day before the table read, and I was just running around doing fit tests and things like that, so I wasn't able to really read the full script. So when we did the table read, it was a pretty amazing experience. Delroy Lindos came and sat right beside me, and he's someone I've watched growing up. So just,
Is that Delta Slim?
yeah, it's Delta Slim.
That's Delta Slim, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when everyone's just reading and you're hearing all of this come to life, and then just the flow of the script and all the various different elements of it, yeah, that was the one time I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something special.
Yeah.
He's a true artist when it comes to the craft.
Yeah.
Just watching him perform, prep, and work.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Delta Slim.
Shout out to Delta Slim. So, you were the body double for the SmokeStack twins.
For sure.
Both played by Michael B. Jordan, which meant you had to reflect two very different characters through consistency and physicality. How did y'all work together to where y'all could make that happen?
Yeah, so Mike had already done most of the work for me. And just with our conversations, we got to kind of discuss exactly what each character did, their background, and then what they were trying to accomplish throughout the film. And with that was enough information to sort of levy the behaviors and characteristics of each of the two brothers. In a sense, this is where the mimicking comes in at, where I started acting, where my love
Yeah, I
came
know.
from.
It seems like you've been
So-
training for it your whole life.
Exactly, unknowingly. So some of it was definitely mimicking, because as we started filming at the beginning, we can have this discussion about exactly what the characteristics of each character is, but when you actually start to see it on film or actually see it taking form, then you get a better understanding and context of what each character does and how they behave. So from that, I was able to kind of fit into that mold that Mike had already created and kind of replicate what he was doing in some aspects.
It's so crazy how God works, you
Yeah.
know? Like, you've been working on this film your entire life, essentially, or just preparing for it just unknowingly. So you never know, like, where life will take you. And, like, you put in your 10,000 hours in a lot of different things in a lot of different kind of ways. But don't ever, like, count yourself out because, you know, you didn't get started acting, like, as a child or anything like
Not
that,
at
but
all.
you did. You know, actually you did, you
Yeah.
know? So that's awesome. And so y'all had to consulted with the Miller twin. Like, what was it like trying to figure out how to like be a twin? Like, I heard that there's like, I don't know, just some different things that they do, like twins particularly.
Yeah.
What was that like?
So Mike pretty much done most of that work for me, and then of course sitting down and talking with him and Ryan, just having those discussions about some of the habits and characteristics of twins. But at the same time, growing up, there were quite a bit of twins in my hometown. So,
Really?
yeah. It was at least 4 or 5 different sets in this one family. So I got to see a lot of twins growing up, and seeing some that are really truly identical, and some that are fraternal as well. So you got to see growing up how some of those twins behave, but again, that knowledge helped to pave a way and understanding for how these twins behave, because twins, for the most part, they have this unspoken language between the two, I guess, sharing of energies, in which they kind of keep the balance. And if one's off, the other kind of has to be, if one's cold, the other has to be a little bit hotter than it typically
balance
is, in order to
each other out.
keep that balance. So that's basically what this was with Smoke and Stack as we was filming throughout those days. So on days that Stack was, I guess, off his game, that's when Smoke would have to step up and just make sure the balance is maintained, that neither one of those was left vulnerable in a sense.
Yeah, and I guess you like kind of are the bridge and liaison between both characters because it's only played by one character.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're the SmokeStack triplet, essentially,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Got to fit into both of them.
Yeah. How's our fish looking? What do you think?
It looks good.
Chef?
I think it could be just a little bit more golden.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
the temperature is a little, I think we should cook it up a little bit. So there's a powerful moment when Delta Slim starts singing while processing the trauma of how his friend was brutally killed by the Klan. It felt like such a raw reflection of how Black people have historically transformed grief and terror into music, into art, and into survival. What do you think it takes as an artist to channel that kind of emotion into performance instead of being consumed by it?
I think vulnerability is the most important thing, because if you don't have that vulnerability to share that, the world will never see it. And you won't have that release that you need to sort of process it. Secondly, I would say acknowledgement. Because if we don't acknowledge it, we can become delusional to the fact that we experienced that trauma. So as long as we acknowledge that trauma took place and we have the vulnerability to share with the world, I think that provides an avenue for the artist to really create something beautiful that other people can resonate. Because most of the time, we may experience something that's really unique to us. However, the overarching experience is not something that's purely unique to us.
Yeah.
I think so many people resonate with various different artists because when they free themselves, they free other people through the music, through film, through painting, whatever it may be. So as long as an artist has that vulnerability and that acknowledgement of the trauma, I think they can really create something beautiful that frees a lot of different people.
That's awesome. What about our fish now?
Yeah, I think we should be pretty close to
We
being
can pull
good.
it out?
Yeah, we can try those
Okay.
tongues.
Perfect. I can pull it out and you can fry some more.
For sure.
Okay,
Let's get it.
perfect. And look at that nice golden brown fish. Chef Catherine's fish fry. One of my favorite scenes was when Smoke teaches the young girl how to negotiate. It made me believe that like we should all be lifting as we climb. For people who are acting but can't seem to book gigs right now, what's your advice? And what would you say to someone who's talented, trying, and just hasn't had their breakthrough moment yet?
I would say just be patient, because there's no one way in this field, and you never know when your time will come. So be actively patient. And what I mean by that is you have to always be practicing, whether it be working on monologues, whether it be networking, creating. Yeah, just be actively patient. It can feel like a really fleeting feel because you get so many no's.
Yeah.
And with that, you got to have a balance. You got to have a balance of taking those risks, but at the same time, find something that kind of brings you some confidence, because your cup is continuously getting empty. Each audition that you do,
Yeah.
and you don't hear back from a casting director, your cup just drops a little low.
Yeah.
So if you can find something that kind of replenishes your cup while you're chasing this dream, I think that'll help you out. It'll go a long way. That looks like actively preparing or actively waiting. So for me, that's specifically creating things. So creating things for other filmmakers, writing, networking. For me, I honestly feel like I won't get the breakthrough I need until I create that role that I see myself in. And once I create that role that I see myself in, whoever needs to give me that opportunity of a lifetime, they're going to see me in that role and be like, you know what? Okay, I buy it. Percy can do this.
Yeah.
We can see him in this role. Let's give him this opportunity now.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's going to come from that traditional, just get an audition, book, and then I have a breakthrough.
Yeah.
So yeah, any artist that's aspiring, that's having that difficult time or going through that difficult time right now, you just have to actively
Be patient.
be patient. It's like the Steph Curry concept. We see Steph Curry make all these shots, and we hail him as one of the greatest three-point shooters ever.
Yeah.
But we don't see all of the shots that he misses. But he has to miss those shots in order for him to make those
Other
shots.
shots.
Yeah, so he practices. When he goes to practice, he may shoot 500 shots. How many shots do you shoot in a game? 20. So he puts in that work while no one's looking. So if you put in that work while no one's looking, by the time it's time for the big stage,
yeah.
you'll be prepared and you'll make those shots. So.
Oh my God. Percy, you have some words. I'm floored, okay? I don't have anything to say. These are like great gems, and I think that all of these lessons apply to anything in your life. Actively, what did you say?
Actively patient.
Actively patient.
Yeah.
And so that's a t-shirt first. You need to put it on a t-shirt. That's really good. I have one other question. Alexis, shout out to Alexis, everybody. Shout out to Alexis. She just saw the film last night for the first time.
Okay.
I know.
Shout out to Alexis for supporting.
Shout out to Alexis for supporting. She is my roommate. She came home and she was like, I'm gonna have nightmares. Like, I'm so scared. And I was like, oh my God, like, goodbye. I called her the next day and I was like, okay, so what did you like about the movie? And she told me like it was like gory. And it did make me think about how like a traditional vampire is like, it's normally just like a clean cut. And on this film, it was, and they're like eating everybody. So like, how much time did you have to spend in like hair and makeup to get that
Oh
effect?
man. So every day, at least 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, 2
In a
hours.
trailer?
Yeah, I would be in a trailer.
Louisiana?
Yeah. So I would have to get my tattoos covered. I would have to get
Wow.
my hair fixed. On days that we did like the vampire scene, getting bit, I had to get like a prosthetic put on my neck
Oh my goodness.
and everything. So yeah, at least 2 hours.
Would you
Yeah.
grow your hair out and do that?
Yeah, I grew it
style?
out. I grew it out.
Would
No,
you do
would I
it
do it
now?
now?
Yeah.
I would try it.
Okay.
I would try it for like a season.
You should.
It would have to be like winter time. So another thing about this film is my favorite time period of all time to like studying history was the Harlem Renaissance.
Okay.
And this kind of preluded
Right before.
the Harlem Renaissance.
Right.
So this is like having the same hairstyles and things like that, and the clothing.
What's your camera deck like? Do you have so many selfies?
Yeah,
and
I can show you some BTSs
in
and things
costume.
like that.
You got to send us some.
Yeah, I have plenty of those. But yeah, like that time period it's like my favorite time period to study. So
That's
would
awesome.
I do that now? I would definitely do it for like a season. It would have to be wintertime because the wool suits were so hot.
What, really?
Then the hair was so hot. We had our own hair.
I know. I'm looking at your hair now. I'm like, it looked like the hair that I just saw. Like, I've seen the movie twice. I saw it when it came out, and then I saw it like last week before this. So like, yeah, it looks just like it.
If you got a chance to see me last year, I had it grown out, so it was pretty long.
You should grow it out again.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, we're finishing up our fish. It looks great. So our fish is all done. Look at this gorgeous coloring from Chef Catherine's fish fry. We also have our spaghetti made by my lovely mother. Do y'all eat fish and spaghetti in Louisiana?
Yeah, some people do.
Okay.
Most beef, fish, and French fries, but
Okay.
yeah, some do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little Mississippi down there. I had the primary source. Shout out to Auntie Ursula. I called her. I know somebody actually from Mound Bayou.
Yeah, that's right right there next to, I mean, it's mentioned.
Right there, it's in Clark. Like, they have the same area code. They're only
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes apart, 662.
Yeah, it's mentioned in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I called her and I was like, so do y'all, I had to make sure I was historically accurate because we do this up here. I know they do it in Memphis, but I didn't know if they did it all the way down in Mississippi. And they
Yeah, it's
do
sort of a
push
mixture.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so perfect. For our fish sandwiches, we have our classic white bread that you need. We have 2 different brands of hot sauce. I got the Louisiana hot sauce for you.
Yeah, that's like the only real hot sauce, Louisiana.
That's the only
Yeah.
Red Hot is really good as well too, everybody. And then we have our yellow mustard. We have some American cheese. I know that might sound crazy, but it's a Nashville thing and it's really good. You should try it on your fish sandwich. We have some pickles and our onion. What all do you like to put on your fish sandwich?
I rarely eat fish sandwiches, so I typically just go straight for the fish. However, today I'm gonna mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Try to expand my my palate.
What are you gonna put on it?
Yeah, let's go with we'll put a little bit of hot sauce on there,
Okay.
and we'll put a little cheese on there.
A little bit of cheese, a little bit of hot sauce, a little
Yeah.
nod to Nashville.
Yeah, let's see if we can kind
It's
of balance it out.
It's good. You gotta get it nice and melted on there. Sometimes like cheese is a little bit of like a mood thing for me, and I'm not in the mood today.
Okay.
But I will do a little bit of onion, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Oh, my breath's stinking too bad. A little bit of pickle. And I like lots of mustard and lots of hot sauce.
I'll just do just a touch of hot sauce.
Just a touch.
Yeah, just a touch. I'm not really a huge spicy person.
From Louisiana?
Yeah, I prefer more flavor than spice.
Okay.
If the spice is overbearing the flavor, it's not a good look for me. I think that should be enough.
Gotta be careful in this white. I'm gonna go with red hot since you dissed it so hard. It's like what I grew up in the house with.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, keep the white clean, y'all. Okay. You gotta really press your fish sandwich down so that you can have a nice bite. Show the people what we made today. Fantastic, very delicious. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go in for my mama's spaghetti first because I haven't had it in a while. So good. How's Chef Catherine's fish fry?
It's really good.
Good.
You gonna let me take that back home with me?
I might. Yeah. You
Might
gotta
as well.
post it. I might as well.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's not too salty. Good flavor with it. I like it.
Thank you so much. Shout out to my auntie, Chef Catherine's fish fry. All you just need is this, fish, oil, and you're done. It was super easy. Thank you so much for coming onto my show today.
Thanks for having me. I'll definitely be back.
Yes.
The opportunity presents itself.
Absolutely. Do you have anything that you want to tell the people? You want to tell them where to follow you or anything like that?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Percy_Bell. Pretty simple. And be on the lookout for a short film that I co-wrote as well.
It's a
It'll be
writer.
out later this year.
Okay.
Called Where the Needle Skips.
Okay. Where the needle skips, everybody.
Yeah, it'll be out later this year.
Congratulations. I'm
you.
so proud of you. This is amazing. And you
Absolutely.
offered so many words of wisdom for anybody going through any situation or just pursuing any dream. So I'm really appreciative and I'm going to reflect back on these words and actively be patient as I wait for my blessings to come to me. I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
From Conway, Arkansas, Jessica Taylor is a dynamic singer-songwriter now based in Nashville, Tennessee. Drawing inspiration from iconic artists like Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, and India Arie, Jessica infuses her vocals with a rich blend of soulful melodies and heartfelt lyrics. With a deep commitment to her craft and a unique sound that bridges classic influences with contemporary flair, she hopes to make waves in the music scene, one note at a time. Live from the living room, give it up for Jessica Taylor! Early in this morning, as I open up my eyes, something just feels right. 'Cause I can see the dawning. It's not so far away. All my life
I've been waiting for a day like today. So I live like it's the last time. For the wrong time, it's the wrong time. When's the right time? Is it my time? Ooh. And if I'm dreaming, then please don't wake me up. Oh, last time I seen the sun, I was free and on the run. My sins and all I've done, Lord, forgive me one more time. Last time I seen the sun, I was free and on the run. My sins and all I've done, Lord, forgive me, and let me see the dawning. It's not so far away, but all my life I've been waiting for a day like today. So I live like it's the last time for a long time at the wrong time. When's the right time? Is it my time?